Hello, and welcome back to Girl We Gotta Talk. I'm your host, Elena Jakes. Welcome back to another episode. Today we are joined by the Maddie Johnson, owner of Sage and Honey Boutique.
Hello.
Thank you for coming on
Thanks
today.
for having me.
This is so fun. We did a podcast already, but we did it on Zoom.
Yes.
So this is a little bit more personal.
Intimate.
Yeah. I'm so excited to have you on. We have so much to talk about.
Yes.
You just got engaged.
I did, despite my ring not being on my finger. I did.
You did. She was like, I totally forgot my ring today.
It's like nerve-wracking, and he hasn't got it insured yet, and I was like, you have to go get this insured, or I cannot wear it because I'm freaking out.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Can you, what was this? Did you know it was coming?
Yes.
You did?
So
you were at the beach, and the pictures were like to die.
Well, and it was pouring rain. So he planned this trip, and he called it his birthday trip. First of all,
his birthday trip.
He never planned a trip in his entire life. So when he was like, I have a trip planned for us, like we're going to go to the beach. I was like, all right, well, we both love the beach, whatever. And he plans the whole thing, and then he was like, should I invite your sister? And my sister's a photographer. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, let's just do us. And he was like panicking, and I was like, okay. I was like, okay, so he's probably like freaking out right now. And we get there, and the whole week, sunny, everything's fine. My sister calls me on Friday, and she's like, hey, me and Haley want to come up, is that okay if we come for the day on Saturday? And I was like, you live in Blacksburg, we're in North Carolina, you're going to drive down for the day?
Yeah,
sure,
casual, super casual.
I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So that morning, I track her at 6 a.m. because I woke up heart racing. I was like, all right, something's happening. He wakes up at 7. He's doing laps around the house, and I was like, Blake, everything's okay, whatever. He's like, well, it's raining, and I was like, well, why is it a big deal? And I'm pushing him because I know, and he's literally shaking, panicking, and he never gets like that. And he's like, well, I wanted to do a photo shoot, and I was like, when in our however many years we've been dating did you want to take a picture? You hate pictures, whatever. So my sister comes, and it stops raining for literally 5 minutes. So we're running to the beach, and we're taking all these fake photos. My sister was like, all right, give him a hug, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, I know it's about to happen. Yeah. So I'm getting nervous. And my sister was like, okay, look at the water. And I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, that's so stressful.
I know. And I was like, all right, looking at the water, I'm like, okay, am I going to turn slow? Am I going to turn fast? Am I going to act surprised? And I was like, so I turn, and he's on a knee, and he says nothing. He just has the ring out like this, and he's mouth open, and I was like,
yeah?
And he's like, and I was like, yeah! It was literally the most he thought it out. He thought it out. And it was great. It was just us. It was me and my sister and him. Yeah. It was fine. But he was like, I knew you knew. So then that made me panic more. So then I couldn't say anything. But it was great. It was a good time. I know.
That's so sweet. It's so funny because I think when guys plan things, girls just know. Mm-hmm. We just have the instinct of something's off. This isn't like him. Oh my god, but that's so sweet that he tried to do all of that.
And my whole family was we knew, and I was like, so did I. I was like, you guys weren't surprising me. So did
joke's on you, I also
knew.
knew.
I was like, I planned an outfit, you guys.
No, literally, you looked gorgeous.
Thank
it
you.
was perfect.
It was. Everything was so good.
And the photos were stunning. I feel overall great, but it is a cute story of he's pacing around, he's so nervous.
There's one picture where there's a raindrop going down, and my sister had to edit it out. I was like, this would be my luck. But it was good. It was a good time, and I think he's just glad that he got through it.
Yeah, he was like,
all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Now I have to do all the planning.
That's so sweet. It's nice that your sister was there too.
Yes.
That's kind of a fun way to incorporate her being there,
right.
And then also getting photos.
And I'm so comfortable with her. I'm like, okay, this angle, don't get this side of my face. Mm-hmm, you know what to do.
That's so nice. Yeah, okay, you're a twin.
I am.
That's so fun.
Yes, even though we don't look anything alike.
I feel like your whole shtick is that you are opposites.
Yes.
And I think that's so funny because you're either super, and you guys are close, it seems like.
Yes.
But you guys are super close and you look identical, or you're very similar.
Yes.
But you guys just have different hobbies. You're very into different things. Your styles are very different. Talk to me about that.
She's the tomboy. She always has been. She was always into skateboarding, and I was cheerleading. She would love to dress boyish, and I'm in a pink little dress. We always say we're pink and purple twins, but now we're pink and blue twins. She is a photographer, so she does personal training. I don't work out. And she takes all the pictures. I'm usually behind the pictures. But we're very, I would say, similar in a way that, we kind of know each other. If she's sick, I'm usually sick, which is so weird.
Oh, the twin stuff is crazy.
It's so weird. Nobody believes it. And I'm like, no, if she gets sick, she'll text me and be like, are you dying? And I'm like, yes. And, if she's sad, I always know.
What?
Yeah. And our mom's a twin, so.
Oh, wow.
I'm like petrified that I'm going to be birthing twins one day.
I thought, don't twins skip a generation?
It's supposed to.
No, you guys are just overachieving over here.
And, yeah.
You're going to have twins.
I'm like, if I do have the twins, I want it to be the first, and then I want to be done.
Mm-hmm. Okay, kind of like an easy out. It's
right.
Like you have 2 kids on the first go.
Yeah.
Easy.
And we were my mom's. She wanted one more. So we were her 3 and 4.
She got extra.
My dad was like, are you kidding me right now?
Buy one, get one for free.
Literally.
That's so crazy. I think the twin thing is so interesting because it's like, do you guys have your own language?
Kind of.
Can you, like, are you guys, like, telepathic? Like,
a little bit. Like, you know, like, whenever you're with, like, somebody close and, like, you hear something, like, you look at each other. Like, we'll do that. But, like, also, like, I know what she's about to say. So, I don't know. It's, like, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of think, like, if I say something, like, we'll say it at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's not all the time.
Were you guys, like, best friends growing up? Or were there any points of you guys, like, not liking each other and not getting along?
We definitely didn't get along a lot.
Really?
Well, I think it's just because, like, we had 2 older siblings. So, like, they were out of the house by the time it was just us. And it's always, like, the twins. Like, what are the twins doing? Like, everything was, like, categorized together. Like, growing up, our parents dressed us the exact same.
I was
like,
going to ask.
We shared a bunk bed. So, like, we were always in close quarters.
Yeah.
And I think when you're that close to somebody, you take everything out on them. Like, if we were ever angry at, like, anybody else, it was like, we're going to, like, fight to the death against each other. But it was more good than bad. Like, I think teenage years was really bad.
Really rough, really?
Yes.
And, like, in high school and
in
stuff?
High school, yeah. But I think, like, because the first time we were ever apart was when I went to college. And that was just, like, oh, this is weird. Like, our first time, like, not sleeping in the same house, like, not seeing each other every day. So, like, that, I think, brought us a little bit closer because, like, we were more excited to see each other.
And you, like, appreciated each other a little more. You're like, oh, wait, you're not around me all the time?
Right.
Now I kind of miss it.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, growing up, I mean, any siblings, I think, fight. But just being so close all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But
and, like, sharing the same room.
Yes.
You're just, yeah.
Like, literally,
It's inevitable.
like, top bunk, bottom bunk in the bedroom. But, like, I was always, like, bad twin, she was good twin. So, like, whenever we wanted something, like, I was, like, bad cop, she was good cop. But it worked out. Like, my phone would get taken, she would kiss up and, like, get her phone back and we'd share a phone.
See, that's what I love to hear.
It was good, yeah.
I feel like you guys complement each other so well.
Yes.
Like, what she's good at, you lack. What you're good at, and, like, you guys are just, like...
Yes,
I agree. Perfect.
I agree.
It's perfect.
We literally, my mom would be like, you guys used to fight in the womb. Like, I would feel you guys, like, punching each other in my stomach.
Oh my god, you're totally gonna have twins.
I kind of, like, I want
Do you want twins?
I do if they're girls. I don't think I can do twin boys.
Oh man.
But if they're girls, I do, just because of the relationship that we had. Like, I think it's good for that aspect of it. I don't want to necessarily do the laboring aspect of it.
By the way, I don't either.
But I would like to have them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh.
Like, would disagree with twin girls.
Wouldn't disagree. And it's like a buy one, get one free.
It is.
It is kind of like a little extra bonus.
It is. He wants twin boys because he wants to name them Bear and Buck, which we would quite literally never, but that is like his dream. I was like, you're not allowed to name the children. You're not allowed to be there when I send a birth certificate.
Yeah. His one job was proposing and like your job's
done. You're done.
You're done forever.
You're done.
I'm in charge.
Yes, I know. We went and looked at a venue last night and he was like, do I have to talk? And I was like, no, it's okay. I was like, you just sit in the corner. If we have to pull the checkbook out, like, you got this.
Yeah. Everything's okay.
Everything's okay.
We're together. We're in it together. Okay, how did you guys, like, going back to Blake.
Okay.
How did you guys meet? You guys met in college, right?
We did.
And I feel like you were in the same circle. Like,
yes.
Correct me, but like you guys were in the same circle, but you didn't date.
Nope.
And it's like a joke now,
yes.
right? Okay, walk me through meeting Blake.
We met at the sorority 80 Pi, did like a kickball tournament for like Kicks for Kids. And I was because we both transferred to Longwood. He transferred a semester before I did.
Oh, okay.
So or no, maybe he did the year before I did. Yeah, I think that's right. So it was like my second week at Longwood. I just joined my sorority and we were doing like the kickball thing and he was in a fraternity there. And it was like my turn to kick and I like kicked it and he took the ball and I was like, all right, who's this? Like, what, sir? I'm a girl, let me do it. He got the ball. So at the end of that, he went up to one of my friends and was like, who's that girl? And she told him about me, whatever. After that, we didn't really talk. I slid into his DMs on his birthday.
Did you?
And I told him happy birthday. And he like jokingly said back like, thank you, like, when can I take you on a date? So we like didn't date to say, but we hung out a lot at school and I always wanted to date him. I told everybody, I was like, I want to date this man, like I'm gonna marry this man, blah blah blah. And they were like, you're not gonna date him, like he's not ready for a relationship, whatever. And he always told me, he was like, I don't want to date in college, I'm not ready. blah, blah, blah. So that would send me into a spiral, and I would go crazy. And so, like, that was, like, a back and forth. And then he graduated in 2019. So then, following graduation, I, like, visited Richmond for a friend's birthday, and he texted me. And I was like, sworn you off. It's like, I'm done, whatever. Me, one drink in. I'm like, what are you doing?
Miss you.
I'm at this bar. So he, like, shows up to the bar, and my friend Alicia, like, snatched him up, and he was like, we have to have a conversation. So they're, like, talking, and Alicia's like, this is, like, your last chance. Like, if you, like, mess around with her anymore, like, you have to be done. Like, it's either you date her or you leave her alone. And literally a month later, we were, right? I was like, thank you. A month later, we started dating.
Amazing.
And then that was, like, the end of it.
He was like, oh, wait, I can't let her go.
Right.
Hold on.
I was like, okay, Alicia, thank you. Yeah. My maid of honor, thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah,
so
college was definitely a little rough for us. I think I was a little crazy, but...
College is rough in general.
It is.
Like, I was just talking to my friends last night, and we were, like, rehashing, traumatic stories and, like, relationships we all had. And I'm like, what was wrong with us?
It's, like, not real.
Like, I blocked a lot of it out.
Yes.
Like, I don't think about it anymore, because I'm like, who was that person?
That was not me.
It wasn't me.
That is, like, a psychopath.
Would never act like that ever.
Ever.
Very different person today.
Yes.
But, you know, we learn and we grow.
But I think we also went to a college where it was, like,
oh my God,
so small that it was toxic. Like, everybody was like dating everybody. Everybody was talking about, like, it was literally like a high school classroom.
Everybody called it Longwood High School.
Yes.
Like, it was, and, like, originally I really wanted to go to a small school
Me
because
too.
of, like, the classes and, like, academic side. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm at a small school and everybody knows who I am and I know everybody, and
you can't get away with anything.
You can't.
Like, everywhere you look, like, you'll walk, you know somebody. And it's, like, good.
It's, like, fun to be like, hey, on campus, but it's also like, oh my God, I'm seeing everything.
Terrifying. Like, I would do things, I would wake up with, like, the worst anxiety, and I'd be like, oh my God, who was that person last night? Like, I cannot show my face.
I don't
and
know
then I'm
her.
in class with all of these people I was around.
That just saw me, like, act a fool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would go, like, psycho crazy when I was drinking, especially when it came to Blake, because I was, like, so territorial, because I knew the vision. I knew the long vision of it all. But it was like, ew. Like, you were, ew,
Yeah.
who was that?
I know.
Like, gross.
Yeah, but, like, feelings like that do crazy things to
They
you.
do. I mean, literally when I saw
And the fact
him.
that you, like, had that feeling.
Yes. Like, I was like, that is going to be my husband one day.
That's crazy.
And I was like, do you feel that way? He was like, no.
He's like, I don't know what I'm
He
going
was
to have
like,
for lunch
I literally
today.
forgot your name.
He's like, who are you again?
And I'm like, I'm in love with this man, Mom.
You're like, you're my husband.
He's a cowboy. He's a drunk cowboy that goes to Longwood. She was like, please do not bring him up to me.
I don't want to meet this man.
But, like, Blake was also very different in college, too. Like, me and him, I think, were both party animals, and now it's like, we go out once a month, maybe.
Yeah.
We're hungover for a month, and then we'll see you guys again.
Life is crazy, like, after college.
Yes.
You think that you can, like, really handle yourself like you
No.
could. By the way, I used to drink, like, 5 days a week.
Literally, Sunday to Sunday.
And, like, be a human being.
Yes.
Like, wake up the next day, like, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Who wants
and,
a
like,
mimosa?
Let's go to class.
Yeah.
Let's drink today. Who wants to day
Yes.
drink? What's wrong with us?
Now, I can't even, like, we went out for my birthday last weekend, and I was like, I think I'm done. I think this is the last time I can drink alcohol. I cannot do it.
I I love having a good time, but it's so crazy, like, how different it was in college.
Yes.
It's just a completely different environment. I don't know.
I think there was also nothing else to do in college.
By the way, we were in
literally
middle of nowhere.
4 restaurants,
One
barely
bar.
a bar.
Yeah. One bar, like, the end of my college career. I'm like,
literally.
okay. We got there, my freshman year was, like, before, it was, like, Wine Oak, but, like, when all the sororities had their floors.
Oh, yeah.
And I went there, like, that first semester to, like, the bar under it.
Yes.
And I, like, snuck in, and we got, like, wristbands from, like, all of our older friends and stuff, and it was fine. But then, yeah, right after that, they were like, we're actually tearing this whole thing down, and we're making a hotel. I was like, the one bar in this little town they're taking from us?
God.
Yeah, it was house parties all the way.
Yeah. Which was, like...
It was fine.
It was fine.
We made do.
It was fine.
Clearly.
Right. No Ubers. You had to walk everywhere, find a ride.
Yeah, everyone had to, like, choose to be a DD. Well,
Yes.
you were in a sorority, so that was nice.
Yeah.
I didn't end up rushing, and so every weekend, like, a friend was just the DD.
Yeah.
We just, like, all alternated.
I was like, are you auctioning it?
Yeah, I drank today. Yeah, so good times, though.
It was. It's just, like, it doesn't feel real.
It doesn't. And, like, I block it all out. It really is crazy what we did.
Telling people about, like, Longwood and their college, we're like, what are you talking about?
Well,
like,
even visiting, like, my friends at, like, Tech or, like, bigger schools, I'm like, this is so different.
Yes.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I visited a friend at JMU, and she's like, all right, let's call an Uber. And I was like, where are we going? She's like, oh, it's like 20 minutes away. I was like, my whole college is 20 minutes. Like, you could walk it in 20 minutes. What do you mean?
Yeah.
It was insane.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
We were crazy back then.
Anyways, now.
Well, so you and Blake are doing so well now.
Yes.
Like, everything's good now,
yes.
obviously.
All the drama was worth
it. It's fine. He is your husband. He's about to be your husband. How has it, like, been living with him? Because, obviously, I just moved in with my boyfriend.
Yes.
But we've been dating a while, and you guys have been dating a while, too.
Yeah.
Like, did the dynamic change when you guys moved in together? Like, how did all of that go?
So, we did long distance like you guys did, but only for like a year, because he lived here and I lived back in Hampton. And we moved in together to our first house, which we rushed it so much. We literally lived in the middle of nowhere. Like, we lived in Ashland, Virginia, which is like right off Macon territory. We had no neighbors. We were literally in the middle of nowhere. I was like, and I let him pick the house, and I was like, first of all, we're never doing that again.
You're in charge for the rest of it.
That was the worst decision I ever made. So, like, we first moved in, everything was fine. I mean, you're so excited. You're buying things for the house, whatever. And then I don't think a lot changed, like, relationship-wise, but, like, seeing how a man lives compared to a woman and, like, eating habits and grocery shopping. Like, we'll go grocery shopping. He's like, all right, Little Debbie cakes, like, and I'm like, can we throw a vegetable in the dinner? Like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, let's just do pizza for dinner, McDonald's tomorrow. I'm like, my metabolism does not work as well as
we are
yours does.
different.
We are built differently. So that aspect was a little adjustable. And then, like, cleaning, like, obviously, like, I do all the freaking cleaning, which is fine. I find comfort in cleaning. But it's like, did you do laundry before you lived with me? Like, how did you survive?
It's so crazy to me because I think about that all the time. I'm like, we were raised similarly.
Yeah.
Like, we had to have been, like, your mom told you how to do things, right?
Right.
And it's like, what?
Did you in one ear, out the other?
Yeah. It's very interesting. Also, like, if he's going to listen to this maybe, and he's going to be like, you're a bitch. But,
Blake's going to grill
I feel
me
like his
this.
version of cleaning isn't correct.
No.
And, like, I'm not even saying that as, like, a controlling person. I'm saying that as, like, it's not right.
It's not.
Like, you're not
it's
actually
not
cleaning.
Yes.
So I feel like I do the same thing. Like, I'm the grocery shopper. I know what we should get. He's also like Little Debbie. He loves a zebra cake.
Yes.
Like, he loves like a Pop-Tart moment.
Yes.
We have a whole box of candy because he has to have like a box of candy every night.
like a ice cream.
Yeah.
Every night.
We have 2 cartons of ice cream.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Yes.
And I'm like, I can't eat like this
No.
with you. Like, it was fun at the beginning. I'm like, oh, like, sweet treat.
And
And I'm like,
yes.
boy, I don't, we were not the same.
No.
It's so crazy.
And like, I will give it to him. Like, he'll do the dishes. I mean, we have a dishwasher. He'll
put them in the
dishwasher. But then it's like, oh, you didn't wipe off the counter. Like, and it's like little things. So it's not bad, but
same, yeah.
I think people have to prepare themselves for living with a man, especially after living with girls. Like in college, like living with girls, it's so fun. Everything's clean. Everything's decorated a certain way.
Everyone's kind of on the same page.
Yes. And then you go with the rats.
You're slumming it.
You're slumming
you
it
have
with
to
the
just
rats.
kind of build them up.
You do.
And like, I found that the way I teach him things has to be like very gentle and not like I'm telling him, but I'm just like, hey, like typically what I do, and like I'd be like super cool about it, and then he's like, oh, okay, instead of like, what the fuck is that?
Right, what is that?
Like, did you even do this? And he's like, yeah, I thought you'd be proud of me. I'm like,
oh,
why?
I know, before I left, I like put the laundry and I was like, okay, when it goes off, just put it in the dryer. I guarantee when I get home, that laundry is still in the washer.
For sure. Or he'll like dry certain things, and I'm like, if you could just leave it out, I'll hang it up on the rack.
All my linens, destroyed.
Shrunk.
And that's where I'm like, you know what, just let me do it all. I got it.
But that's the issue. It's like, I want him to be capable of doing things, but then I don't want him to do things.
Right.
Like, I would rather just do it because I know that I'm doing it right.
Yes.
It's a struggle.
Poor things. They can't win.
They really can't.
And I'm like, you know what? They probably get the worst of it too. Like, they're like living with literal mongrels now. Like, that is not my girlfriend.
Who is she?
Who is this lady?
Okay, we were talking about this before we got on, but like, what they see versus what they thought they were dating is two different things. And like, the way I'll go to bed sometimes, like we were saying, like heatless curls, like we have like a situation going on, like a little Bo Peep moment, or like I just bought like a shower cap. And like, I've never let him see it because I'm like, I'm not washing my hair today. And then I'll get in and I'm like, oh, I always get my hair wet. So I finally got a shower cap. I stopped being lazy. And I was like, I had it on prematurely before like I got dressed and got in the shower, and I had to like walk out to grab something, and he goes, what the I feel so bad. I probably scared him, and I was like, I didn't want you to see me like this. Please erase this from your mind. It looked ridiculous.
I will, like, whenever I do like a hair mask or whatever, he's like, did you shower? I'm like, nope. And I'll like sleep in it, and I'll put it in a braid, and then I'll put like a little bonnet on. Yeah. And the first time I slept, he was like, you look like fucking Ratatouille. Like, who are you? And I was like,
not Ratatouille.
I guess I won't do this anymore until you're out of town. No more hair mask.
So different. Yes. Because you also want to be like, okay, like I'm still cute, I'm still your girlfriend, but also like I live here too.
Yes. Yes.
Like I have to be me.
And you go from like getting dressed and do your makeup and hair every day, and now it's like I wear your t-shirt and the biggest sweatpants I have. Mm-hmm. My hair hasn't been washed in 4 days. Like, this is what you get.
This is who I am.
This is it. This is it.
You're
Thanks for marrying me.
Yeah. No, but it's kind of nice though. Also, I feel like the fact that you can be like that around him is super important, because like I've had relationships, and like my friends have had relationships where you can't. No. You have to be like on 24/7, or they like say something, and
I
like,
cannot be on.
By the way. What?
No, thank you.
I want to be myself. Right. I want to be like weird, and I want to look like a rat, and I want to lounge in my sweatpants. Yes.
And you'll get this 1% of the time.
And you'll be so appreciative.
So appreciative. You'll be like, damn, okay, I remember you.
Yeah, it's me again.
Yes.
Oh, it's such a time.
I
it's
know.
such a time.
Poor things.
No, I really do feel a little bad. Well, I don't know. What are like your favorite things about living with him though? Like, has there been something since you guys moved in that and like created like this like space together that you've like truly been surprised about, or like really like?
He's gonna literally kill me. He gets so into my shows now. Like Vanderpump, he literally would like race over work and be like, put Pump on. He's like, Lisa Vanderpump on my screen right now. Like, so into it. And like, I love like flowers, so like I always get like random flowers, and like he does all the cooking, so I'll give him that. I'm not a good cook, so he does all the cooking. So we'll cook. We have like our nights where we watch our shows, and I think just like the comfort of like having somebody there. Like, I hate being alone. I hate staying alone. So like when he's gone, I'm like, oh, I actually do like I'm gonna miss him. Wait. I'm like, wait, can you come back? Actually, I can't sleep. I'll be up for the next 5 days.
Oh my god. Okay, wait. I love that you got him into Vanderpump.
Oh my god.
This is like what I've been living. Like, I've been striving to do this my whole life, is to get him into my shows. Yes. Because he gets me into all of his like movies and all of his stuff. Like everything that he wants to watch, I'm like such a champ, and I watch that. But like he always just like attributed reality TV to like me. Yes. Like, that's your thing. But like, what if it could be our thing?
It can be.
So I finally was like, you know what would be like a really good show that you would like? It's like a gateway drug to like Bravo. Yes. It's like Below Deck.
We love Below Deck too.
So he's in it. We watched we watched Down Under with like Captain Jason. Yeah. He loves Captain Jason, and like
Captain Jason.
So do I. Would love to have him on the podcast. Oh my god. But
Captain Jason, if you're listening.
Hey. But like I got him into it, and he was like, you should have like people on from Below Deck. I'm like, I've had people from Below Deck on. And he's like, that's so fun. Like, you should and then you should ask them this. And like, and every time he comes home, he's like, when we eat dinner, do you want to watch Below Deck? I'm like, I do. Thank you so much. That's actually. So now we're on Below Deck Med. Like he was like, should we do another one? I want to like. He wants to meet the captains, like all the captains. Yes. So we got Captain Glenn. Now he's on Captain Sandy.
Oh, Blake loves Captain Sandy.
He's loving Captain Sandy.
Loves Captain Sandy.
And he loved. And we're doing Sailing Yacht too. So like, he's seen 3 different.
Yes.
I was like, wait till you meet Captain Lee.
Oh, that's who I was thinking of. Blake is obsessed.
Boat daddy.
I mean, the king of all kings.
He's great. I can't wait. So I want to get him into, like, this is like the starter.
Yes.
I want to get him into Pump, maybe a little, like, I want to get, do you watch Housewives?
Yes.
Like, I want to get him into, like, a housewife, but I just don't think he's going to appreciate it.
He doesn't like Housewives as much as he likes Pump. He likes Housewives when Lisa was on.
Okay.
And he was like, that's my girl.
He's a big Lisa fan.
He loves Lisa. I think he would definitely leave me for Lisa. If Ken would just, like, walk away, Blake would jump ship and go to Lisa. Like, he loves her. Stop. But, like, I put Pump on, and like the first season it's like kind of slow, like the first 2 episodes, and he's like, why are we watching servers, blah blah blah. It's like, oh, like it's fine. He'll be like on his phone, and I like see him like go like this, like looking at TV. I was like, okay, here we go.
Does he ever do the dad stance where he like walks by the TV and he's like doesn't want to watch it, but then he's kind of like
he,
stuck?
Stands there and watches. I'm like, just sit down.
I'm like, you know you like it. Just sit down.
Right. And it's like, we have to share one TV in the living room. You're going to get on my shows.
Yeah.
I have to watch them.
It's like a way of life. I think, what's another one that's like Vanderpump? Oh, Summer House.
See, I haven't watched Summer House yet.
I'm not a big Summer House person, but randomly one time in Arlington, like when I lived at my old house, he was visiting and the reunion of it was on.
Yeah.
He sat through a whole reunion of a show he's never seen and I've never seen. And he was like, this is really crazy.
Live
I was
for the
like,
drama.
Are you liking it?
Right.
Like, I was like, not saying it, but I was like,
They love drama. As much as they don't want to act like it. They love
They're too
drama.
cool.
They are.
And they're like above it.
Yes.
But like secretly, I think they really do.
They love. I mean, Blake was like glued to. I mean, when Scandal happened, Blake was like, I need the new season. What happened? I followed them on TikTok. What's going on? And I was like,
that's a dream.
Gotcha.
I just remember telling him everything I could tell him. Like, I was just giving him news, like live news updates, and he was just like, I don't know who these people are. And I'm like, you will in a second. Like,
you will.
Listen.
You need to know.
Also, I think it's so funny when they get fired up, like sitting on the couch, and he's like, well, why is he even talking like that? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you think about it? And I'm very like lax about it because I don't want to be like, this is so fun that you like my shows. Like, I'm trying to be cool, because I'm like secretly like, yes.
Like, so okay, keep paying attention.
Yeah, like, did that upset you? Like,
right. The funniest thing is like, I knew that Scandal was happening, and we were like watching like the older season, and I was like, Blake, I need to tell you something. And he's like, what? I was like, Tom's gonna cheat on Ariana. Can you guess who it is? And like the whole time he was like, Katie, like all these different people, and I was like, you're gonna freak out when it comes out. And like it came out, and he was like, no way, like literally losing his mind. And I was like, all right, we are hooked now.
We got him.
We got him. He is good to go.
That's so funny. Oh, that is like gold right there.
It is. But then there's like times where it's like he wants to put on a war movie, and I'm like, oh my God.
I can't do another war movie.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sit on TikTok.
I've been such a champ, and you have to like, there's give and take. Like, you have to be like, okay, yeah, I'll watch it, and like sometimes the stuff that he shows me is really good.
Right.
But sometimes we'll watch a movie, and he'll always, like, if he can tell that I don't really want to watch it, he'll be like, I'll do a check-in in 30 minutes, and if it's not good, I'll turn it off.
That's nice.
And like, but then I don't have the heart to be like, let's turn it
off.
Because now he's in it.
Right.
Yeah. But it is like a good thought, I guess.
Well, and Blake like loves to rewatch movies, which is the one thing that I cannot stand, because he quotes the movies when they're happening. Like, before it happens, he like says what they're about to say, and I'm like, Blake, this is giving me the ick right now. Like, I need you to not do this ever again. It's every freaking movie. I'm like, how do you remember all this? Like, what is happening?
He's like, this is my favorite movie.
He's like,
I'm going to say this.
But I've watched it 37 times. I'm like, please turn it off. Please turn Benchwarmers off.
Not Benchwarmers.
It's so bad. I mean, he could recite the whole movie.
Impressive. I think, yeah, there's so much give and take in a relationship. You gotta give a little to like get your Vanderpump, get your below deck, but
and you find the balance.
Yeah, you do. It's fun. There. Okay, so you guys are like us, where it's like you watch TV and you have to like you eat dinner while watching TV.
We're not a sit down.
No.
Let's talk about our day. And like I can see like why people do that, but it's like we live together. What is there to talk about?
Yeah.
Like we talk 24/7 all day long.
Yeah. The thing is, like, when we first moved in, we tried having dinner. We had dinner here twice.
Yeah.
At this kitchen table. And it was like fine.
Right.
And like we talked and stuff and hung out, but it was like the first time we did it, like I had seen him for the whole week prior. Like we weren't apart. So it was like kind of eating in silence.
Yes.
And like I never want to be that couple that's just eating in silence. So I guess the better version of that is eating while watching your shows.
Right, and then you can like talk about the show.
Yeah, it's like you're like still like.
But I feel like people like there's such a standard where it's like social media is like he needs to like confess his love to me all day, every day, like show me that I'm like, that is not real life. Like
no.
We sit and we literally watch Vanderpump Rules and eat our dinner.
And I feel like that's love in itself.
Right.
Like are you a quality time like do you know your love languages?
I really like, this is weird because I like acts of service, but I also like physical touch, but I only like physical touch from him. Like I hate when other people like hug, like I hate being touched.
Yeah. I think it's so, do you know, what are his? Are they?
Physical touch, quality time, and words of affirmation.
Okay, perfect. Okay, every guy I know is words of affirmation.
Yes, they need it.
They need to be like
hyped up,
coddled, and like
they're little babies,
told they're perfect.
Yes, they're little babies.
Isn't that interesting?
I'm like you're 6'4", like I don't like
you're good.
Hold you.
Yeah, like you're good, dude. You're
I'm
good.
like everything's great, love ya.
I don't think I've like heard any woman tell me that their love language is words of affirmation.
No.
And if there are people, it's very rare.
Yes.
But I wonder why.
I don't know. I think it's like I know.
Yeah.
Like I know how you feel about me. Like I don't need
I know you love me.
I don't need
you
to wake up and like read me a book of how much you love me, or like send me a text when you're out of town how much you like. I know. I don't know. I almost feel like it's kind of like not fake when people do it, because like that is people's love language, but I feel like it's like I don't know.
You feel like you have to do
yes.
it. Yeah.
Yes. Like I feel like when you know that, like people feel like they have to do that.
Yeah. I feel the same. I think like I also like I'm also physical touch.
Yeah.
But then I'm quality time, but then recently I'm acts of service.
Yes.
Cause like girlie's not taking the trash out. Like if you want to take the trash, love that. Like do things for me that makes me happy.
Yes.
Especially like living with your partner, that changes.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's like the little things too. Like I don't need you to do like a big ordeal for me. Like literally take the trash out.
Just like take the trash
I'm
out.
like, oh my god, I love you so much.
Break the boxes down.
Right.
Every time I buy something, he's like, really?
Right.
I'm like, just break it down. Just go through it.
Ignore it.
You're welcome for buying.
Right. Thank you.
It was for us.
Right.
Like,
I know when we moved in, I like did like all the decorating, obviously. Mm-hmm. And he like says things sometimes, and I'm like, this house would not be at home without me. Okay.
So that's literally what, and he's been making comments lately of, I really appreciate everything you're doing.
Oh.
Because I think I've said it too many times of like, literally what you just said. Like, I made this house.
Right.
Like, if this, like, what would you do if I didn't get this?
Yes.
What would you do if I didn't make this? Like,
yes.
So I think he's coming around.
Whenever I want to go to Target, he's like, I'm like, do you want pillows? Do you want a blanket to sleep on at night? Because that's where we get it from, okay? That's what we're doing. I leave Target, no pillows, no blanket.
No, just candles, clothes maybe. Yeah.
All of the above.
Okay, speaking of clothes, we have to get into it.
Okay.
Sage and Honey.
Yes.
Last time you came on, you were pretty new.
It was very new.
It was like, I don't remember when it was, but it was shortly after you like launched.
Yes.
And so you have an online boutique.
I do.
Okay, give us a little pitch and then we'll like dive in.
It's
Also,
so
we're wearing some pieces from the new launch.
It's so funny. I listen to that podcast sometimes when I'm bored. I'm like, is this like a narcissist? Like I'm listening to myself talk.
No.
But I do listen to it sometimes and I'm like, oh my gosh, like looking at that then and like where we are now, like me are now. Whenever I write stuff, I'm like, we just launched. I'm like, who was we? Like,
yeah.
This is me.
You and your company.
Me and my company.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But it's growing so much. I feel like we're almost at 2 years. And I think honestly like this last year like tested me a lot because TikTok, everybody, like every time I scroll, everything is like boutique owner day in the life, like TikTok shop, like everyone's a boutique, which is fine. But it's so, like the competition is so much harder than it is when I first started. Like when I first started, I was like, business is booming, everything's great. And now it's like there's so many other boutiques with different styles. So I try and incorporate, like, I don't think mine really has a style. Like I feel like I have everything.
I feel like there is a little bit of like a style, but it's very, I don't know what the word is. It's very, it's appealing to like a lot of people.
Right. Like I think when I first started, I really wanted to like stick to like everything coastal because I like was living at the beach at the time. And now I'm like, I live in Richmond. There's no beach anywhere near me. But I feel like coastal's so in. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's been, I feel like this like last year has been like kind of difficult just because it's so hard to keep up with. And like, especially like you have bills now, like it's expensive to have a boutique. Like yes, you make money back, but it is so expensive. Shipping's so expensive, all these things. But it's going good despite all the negative I just said.
Well, like just running your own business in general is so hard, especially when you're doing it by yourself.
Yes.
Like you're a one-man band essentially, like you're doing everything yourself and it's not easy.
No.
Like,
and there are days where I'm like, I do not want to get dressed and put these clothes on and take pictures. Like,
yeah.
And like for a while I was like in a funk where it's like, okay, I'm gonna literally do the bare minimum, whatever. And then I saw like the outcome of that. I was like, okay, people like really like it when you're personable and like you personalize your store and like you get into it. I was like, people notice when I'm like, meh, like I'm not doing anything.
No, it's so true. Also, it's like, that's fair too, because I feel like the burnout is real.
Yes.
Like I talk about this all the time.
Yes.
It's like you're so amped up for something, you're super passionate about it, and then you're just like go, and you're nonstop that you're like, oh God, like I don't think I like this anymore, or just I need a second to breathe. That's so normal.
I was so burnt out. Like the last like probably like last month is where I kind of like got passion back for it. But like over the summer, I was so burnt out. I was like, am I about to be done with this? Like, I can't do it. So I took a break, and then, yeah, probably like last month I like sat down. I was like, I love it. Like, why am I burnt out? Like, I just needed a break. But then it's like sometimes like when things like don't sell, I'm like, oh, do I have bad taste now? Like, do people hate this? Like, what is, you know?
Because it's like you're curating the stuff that's going up. Like, you're picking it. So, like, of course you're going to second guess yourself.
Yes.
But, like, that's not the case.
No.
Your stuff is so cute. And also I feel like you've done certain drops that are, like, more niche. Like,
yes.
game day looks or, like, fall drops and stuff like that. So it's very, like, timely.
Yes.
And I think you're doing really well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's very...
From an outsider's perspective. Yeah.
Because I'm like, my style changes all the time. And I'm like, well, okay, not everybody's style is like changing with mine. So I try and buy like what I want. But I'm like, not everybody wants to wear like things that I would wear. So I try and, I don't know. I like try and keep it right in the middle of that.
Yeah.
And then I have my mom like, I need more adult clothing. And I'm like, Mom, I don't know what to tell you.
You're not my demographic,
Go to
Mom.
Macy's. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And my sister was like, can you bring, like, mama stuff? And I'm like, nobody except for you is a mom that shops for me. Like, I cannot have a shirt that says mama on it.
Yeah.
Like, you would be the only one to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Also, the hats were so cute.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like I feel like you're appeasing to like a lot of people, which I think is good, but also still trying to like find what you think is cute.
Yes.
And like I think, and we talked about this on your the last time you came on, I think. I feel like you've always been like a fashion person.
Yes.
Like you always have the cutest clothes.
Thanks.
Like I remember in college, like you always looked so cute.
Thank you.
And I think because of that, people are like, oh, if she likes it, I like it.
Right.
So that's also part of it.
Yeah.
It's like if she chose this piece, it's got to be cute.
Right.
And then you kind of are like, in your head as a buyer, like, okay, well, maybe I want to get it. That kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so funny that you bring up the hats because Longwood reached out to me because they want to put like something in their like holiday newspaper.
No
or whatever.
way.
So they reached out to me and they were like, we want to do this, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, like I don't care, like whichever product you want, like you pick, go out with it. And they picked.
Did they pick MILF?
No, they picked the tailgate hat and I was like, you guys don't have a team. I was like, out of everything, I was like, there's nothing to tailgate there.
Tailgate a basketball?
I was like, okay, I love it.
Perfect.
But I was like, it's just so funny that is what.
That is so interesting.
I know.
Wait, so they reached out, like our school reached out to you?
Yeah,
That's
somebody
so fun.
messaged me on Instagram. I thought it was a scam.
Of course.
And I was like, whatever. And then I checked my email and I was like, oh wait, they emailed me too. I just didn't see it for like a month. So I like emailed them back and they like want to do like a little segment. And I was like, okay.
That's so nice.
I don't know where to get the paper from or how you get it or if it's
But
mailed.
it's in there somewhere.
It's in there somewhere if anybody has it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like that's such validation sometimes of like,
It is.
oh, like they see what I'm doing. This
Right.
is not, especially from like your alma mater. It's like, okay, good.
Right. I was like, who mentioned something to them? Like, how do you, because it was like a dude. And I was like, how did you find me?
They're like, you're not shopping at my boutique.
I was like, does your wife shop? Like, how'd you find me here?
That's so crazy.
I know. I was like, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Send me a copy.
Well, okay, talking about like school and stuff, you majored in, like, was it crim?
Yes.
And the story that you told on the last episode you were on was the fact that you launched this like at a law firm in the bathroom.
Yes.
Which I think is the funniest story ever. Just like you like going after your passion during work hours,
Literally
being like,
sitting
I have to launch the website,
Yes.
like I have to go, I'm here.
Yes.
That's so funny.
So that was like a big validation because I was like sitting there and I like had my phone turned over because I was like, all right, if nothing sells, like I'm stuck at this law firm forever. I'm not gonna look at it. And like an hour went by and I like looked and I was like scrolling through orders and I was like, oh, okay. So I stayed at the law firm for probably, oh god, a lot longer than I should have.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like 3 months after I started Sage and Honey, and I was miserable and I was like, all right, Blake, I think I'm just gonna. We might be struggling for a little bit, but I think I'm just gonna quit and I'm gonna do Sage and Honey, and I did. And I will say, I think that's where some of the burnout came from because then it was like, this is my income. Like I only have this. Like if it doesn't succeed, like I'm failing. Whatever. So now I have like a second like 9-to-5 job, but I'm not saying that I would leave that because I don't want that burnout again. But now Sage and Honey like feels again like a hobby.
More of a passion instead of like you're relying on it solely.
Yeah. It's like I can't pay my rent unless this sells. So now it's more like extra income, but like I don't even really use it. I just like keep putting back into it, which is what I wanted to do. Like I never wanted it to be like a job. I wanted it to be like fun.
Yeah.
Like everybody gets clothes.
Yeah. It's a win-win for everybody.
It is.
Also, how fun is it to own a boutique where you just get to pick what you like and then you get to wear it? Like, it's basically so like shopping for you, but then it's also like, oh, other people benefit.
I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna save one for me. You guys can have the rest. Like,
that's so
I'll
nice.
like go through my normal closet. I'm like, all right, I have nothing to wear. Let me go into the Sage and Honey room and shop real quick.
Perfect. Okay, you were showing stuff on, I think, TikTok of like your little setup now.
Yes.
That's so cute. And you have like a dedicated space to it.
Yes. So it was in like our smaller spare bedroom, which was like an office, and me and Blake shared that room along with everything Sage and Honey, and I was like, I'm drowning in here. I was like, get me out of here. I can't be next to your desk while you work. Like, I can't do it. And he was like, well, what if we switch the rooms? And I was like, okay, because we don't have a lot of guests over anyways, so like all we need is a bed. Like, they don't need much. So we switched the rooms, and it's so much bigger now. Like, he has his one little corner in the room still, which is like my desk, and it's like decorated with Sage and Honey. He's just got his laptop on there. But it's so much bigger now, and I feel like I can move around. Like, I can show things, and the lighting's better. And like, I did a TikTok live the other day in there, which I don't think I like.
Yeah, how did that go?
Oh my gosh.
I saw that you did it, but I didn't see it itself.
I was getting
saw
bullied,
after the fact.
literally by grown men.
What? I hate the internet.
I would like look and I would like see the viewers and it's like all men, and I was like, all right, here we go. This is about to be.
What were they saying?
Just like, okay, I know that I have really bad eye bags. Like, I don't sleep ever, so like I have bad eye bags.
What?
And one of them was like, do you drink any water? Like, your eye bags are so bad. And like, I like.
First of all, your eye bags are not bad. Like,
I
what
like
are these
don't
men
take
talking
any
about?
offense to it because like it's like, man, like I don't really care what you say.
For
So
sure.
I was like going at it with them, and like I'm just like fighting with all these men until like girls finally like got on. And when they did, it was good. Like, it was fun like showing people the products, but I felt like a psycho because I was like just talking to myself. Like, it's like you're on FaceTime, but like
no one's
nobody
really
talks
responding.
back.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's okay. I don't think that I would do it a lot. Like maybe once a month.
Yeah.
But it was fun, and it was cool to like get more followers from that.
Because
like,
then other people are seeing your content.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like that aspect of it was fun. The men, I wish that I could just like not have them on there. Because then they're like, can you try this on for my wife? And I'm like, you don't have a wife.
Yeah, shut up, Paul.
Like
I
I was like,
get out.
I was like, go to my Instagram, you'll see it. Try it on there. Thanks. Goodbye.
hate men. I
It was
hate
so
men.
bad.
What has it been like with social media and like, because you're promoting everything yourself?
Yes.
What has that been like? And how have you been able to grow?
Instagram hates me right now. Like, I'll put things out, and there will be 0 likes on it. I'll text my friends, and I'm like, can you guys go like this? And they're like, we didn't even see it. Like, it didn't even come up.
The algorithm on Instagram lately is insane.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad. I was like, this is not the time. I was
Yeah.
like, it's a holiday season, honey. I need you to put this content out. Like, it's been so bad. But, I don't know. Like, I do a lot. I feel like I'll take breaks from, like, posting, and then, like, I'll, like, throw out a bunch of content, and then I'll take a break again, which is, like, probably why the algorithm hates me. But now you can schedule posts on Instagram, so that's been a lot easier to, like, keep up with content. But it also is hard because, like, I'm the only one, so, like, if I don't have pictures of myself, like, there's no real content.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just hate getting behind a camera.
I think it's crazy because, like, you really take, like, you're in the photos, in the products all the time. And, like, you'll show, like, the models wearing it and stuff. But, like, it's nice to see, like, as a consumer, it's nice to see it, like, on someone real, per se. But that's gotta be hard to, like, get dolled up or, like, put this on and, like, smile if you're not having a good day.
Yeah.
Like,
and I will say, like, when I don't post in the clothes, they don't sell as well if I did post it. Yes. Which is like, oh God, okay.
You're like,
really,
no!
I'm like, no, I really have to go put this on, which is fine. I mean, I'm just lazy sometimes, but it's like, there's such a standard. Like, you have to do your hair, you have to do your makeup, and like, if you don't, people are like, oh, like, are you okay? Like, and I'm like, please leave me alone. Please leave me alone.
okay, everybody hop off.
Like, sometimes I'll do like no hair and makeup and like do like from here down, just take a picture.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, there it is. I'm
like, there's the product.
Like, that's what you get right now. So I've been thinking about like maybe hiring like not like a full-blown content creator, but somebody just like come over like before I drop, let me just get all your pictures real quick.
Yeah.
Pick out whatever you want and then do that kind of deal. But I don't know.
Have some help. Because it's hard. You're a one-man band.
Right.
You can't do everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, anytime like I want to shoot content, like everybody's busy. So like I have to like do it in my house. Like I'm not going to walk around downtown with my tripod. Like I think I would vomit. Like if somebody saw me doing that, it gives me so much anxiety.
It's crazy. Like, And it's not like we're in like LA. Like I think, well, actually, I don't know. Richmond is one of those places where like someone's always filming something.
They are.
So like you could probably get away with it.
Could.
But I understand. It's awkward.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it's like the fact of like changing. Like, am I gonna go in my car
like,
and
run
change?
to the car, come back. Yeah.
Me and Blake did a photo shoot one time. We like snuck into this little, I guess like private community, and they had like a pool and like this like gazebo and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like running to his truck, changing. I'm like, first of all, we're sneaking in here. I'm getting naked in the parking lot. I have you as my human tripod. Like, this is the worst possible situation ever. But it worked for the
Good
most part.
photos.
Yeah, I was like, all right, we'll do this once a year maybe.
We'll check back.
We'll check back. We'll check back.
Oh, that's so rough. I feel like it's just like from an outsider's perspective, it's like for me, I feel like everything is going well.
Yes.
Like I think like I love the stuff that you post.
Thank you.
I told like so you just had this drop.
Yes.
Which is what did you call it?
Thankful threads.
Thankful threads. So cute. This sweater's. Are you out of this already?
I have one left.
Oh my god, there's one left.
I know.
It's so thick. This is so cute. And then that's also from the same drop. Are you sold out of that already?
I have a few of these ones left.
Okay.
I think 3.
I kind of want to get another.
I know.
I think I
love
might
this
get
one
it.
so much.
I think I might get it, even
It's
though I
so
literally
cute.
just told you I was just gonna pick one. Like her stuff is so cute. Where like I literally added everything to the cart last night, and then I was like,
it's like, all right, I need to take a
I was
moment.
like, oh shit, oh shit. I have a spending problem already, so like I needed to. And then I was like, okay, maybe I'll do 2. And then I was like, let's just do 1 because I know there's another one coming.
Yes.
But like,
Yes.
there's. I feel like that's the other great thing about the boutique is like there's always something coming.
Okay,
like, there's
I'm glad
always
you
new
said that
stuff.
because I feel like I'm so slow. Like I like,
No.
but I think I put a lot of pressure because I see other boutiques. Like, there's this one that drops stuff like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'm like, how are
That's
you
crazy.
doing that? But I also don't have a credit card for my boutique, which I think was maybe one of my bad choices when opening. So everything like comes out of pocket.
Yeah.
So like I feel like I can't do as much as other people do.
Yeah.
But I don't need more debt.
No,
I have
for
enough.
sure.
I'm about to go into wedding debt, so I'm like, all right,
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
gonna do what I can right now.
Yeah, and I think it's working. Like for me, I feel like it's not slow. Like I
Okay.
feel like there's always a new drop coming. Like you're always teasing a new drop, and
Okay,
I'm like,
good.
ooh, yay!
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like, okay, great.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I was like
Yeah.
freaking out about that.
No, I think it's been good. So you have one more drop coming when?
I'm gonna drop it on Black Friday, so the 25th.
Okay.
I think that's the date.
Okay. I can't verify. I have no
I
idea.
can't.
I don't even know what today
think,
is.
Yeah, I think that's the date. But then I'm a little stuck because it's like Black Friday, like it's usually a huge sale.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I don't know if I want to drop new stuff and like immediately put it on sale. Like that's kind of not doing it justice to myself.
For sure.
But like my customers would like it. So I'm thinking about maybe doing like a spend, say $100, get a free gift, or get like a
Okay.
free gift card, or
Mhm.
like something like that, and then maybe do like a sale like the following week. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very, I don't know.
I understand. Also, you have the mixed mystery boxes.
I do.
Explain what those are.
Okay, so you get 3 items for $55, and they've been so much fun because I like to like somebody ordered one the other day that didn't even follow me, so I had to like go on Facebook and like
So you're kind of like curating something for them?
So
Oh,
I'll
that's
go
so
on their
fun.
page, and I was like adding her as a friend on Facebook. I was like, this is so weird. Like I'm so sorry, but I need to see what your style is.
Wait, that's so nice.
Yeah, so I
Instead of
did
just
that.
like throwing something random
Right.
in, it's like,
Right.
what do you think that she'll wear?
Right.
Oh, nice.
And I've ordered mystery boxes from other places before, and sometimes it's like, I know a lot of boutique owners like get rid of like all their sale on that, and like that's the way to do it. But I was
Yeah.
like, I don't want to do that. Like I want to give them like a new arrival, maybe a sale item, than just like something random that's like a little bit older. So
Yeah.
like I've been doing that, and like a free piece of jewelry.
Well, then that's going to keep them coming back.
Right.
It's like, oh, I actually really appreciate that
Right.
she did that.
I was like, if I give them something like terrible that I know they're not gonna want,
They're
like,
never coming back.
Never. And I was like, I want to build those relationships where like they like the stuff. Like I'm actually, they like it.
Yeah. I also think with like your boutique, you're very personable. Like I feel like you respond to comments, like you're
Yes.
like very engaged. Whereas like some boutiques, especially if they're like bigger and they're
Yeah.
having all these drops, it doesn't feel as personal.
Right.
And like that's the whole point of a boutique,
Yes.
in my opinion. It's like this is somebody that like is passionate about clothing and like they want to do this, and so I want to support them in a way.
Right.
So it's like I'm not gonna like. I don't know. I just like shopping small. I think
Yes.
that's fun. Like,
I
it's
always
more,
say like I want to go viral, but then I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe not, because then it's like obviously for business that'd be great, but like I don't know if I could keep up.
Yeah, you lose a
In a
little bit
sense.
of like the
Yes.
yeah.
And it's like you're just like mass producing. Like I like to like write my customers letters and like I should probably get like actual paper. I write on literally notebook paper and I rip it out of a notebook. But I'm like, okay, at least you know it's like coming from a person.
No, for sure.
And I'm like not typing it out.
No, this is a real person.
Right. I'm like, this is me. My handwriting sucks. Sorry. Love you. Thanks.
Love ya. Even when I get like packages that are like they're supposed to be personal letters, it's like literally a printed
like card,
handwriting, and I'm like, you what? You thought I was gonna believe
and they like
that?
just write like your name on it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Nope. You'll get a notebook piece of paper from me.
Hi. Are you a coffee drinker?
Yes, like literally all day, every day.
I find because I work from home, like it's so hard to stay motivated because I have my cup of coffee every morning. Like I'm addicted. Can't not have coffee. I'm not a psychopath.
No.
But I've recently been trying these Magic Mind shots.
Oh.
They are like they're like this. They're literally like a shot,
okay.
like a little little baby bottle shot, and they are. It's kind of nice because like midday slump hits. I'm always like, okay, like one more cup of coffee.
Right.
But like the caffeine gets to me and I get super anxious and I'm like shaky and then I'm like, I don't even know what to do with my like energy right now. I've been taking these shots and they're so helpful. I feel like my mind is like more focused.
Ooh.
I feel like calm, but not like sleepy calm, but just like calm, at ease, focused, energized. Like it's so helpful. Because, working from home, being by yourself.
You're
like,
in your pajamas.
Sometimes I don't even, like, talk to a single person all day.
No.
Then I'm like, I need the coffee.
Yes.
But now, having these shots, I just take one instead of, like, a second, third, fourth cup. So nice.
I'll have to try that.
They're great. They're on Amazon. Available everywhere, I think. But, dude, it's so great.
Oh, I need to try that.
Yeah. Okay, so you also have done, like, in the area some pop-up shops, which I think is so fun, because then it's like you're meeting the people that are buying your stuff. How has that gone?
That was, like, my favorite thing that I've ever done, I think. Like, it made me want, like, a storefront.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I can't really afford a storefront right now, but I love doing it. Like, you meet so many, not only people, but, like, other business owners, and, like, they help, like, they kind of, like, mention you to other people. Like, I remember meeting, like, a bunch of other boutique owners, and, like, obviously the boutique world, we all get our stuff from the same place. Like, it's very hard not to be repetitive. So instead of like looking at it as a competition, like we would like go up to each other and be like, oh my gosh, I love that you have this. Like I have this too. Like we have great like style, whatever.
Yeah.
So that was nice. And just like meeting all my customers in person. Like a lot of them I know, like a lot of them are my friends, obviously, but like meeting new ones and they're like, oh, like I follow you, like I've shopped with you before, and I can like look up how many times they've ordered, and it's like 6 times, and I'm like, oh my god, love ya, how are ya?
Love ya.
I'm like, thanks. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's so nice.
It was a lot of work, which is fine. I mean, obviously it's a job, but it was fun. And Blake was my little pop-up helper.
Yeah, your little assistant.
I'm like, can you put that tent up, take that tent down?
Acts of service.
Everything that I need, it's going straight to my heart.
I love that.
So that was fun. And I want to do more.
Yeah, do you have any coming up?
I don't. So the one that I was doing was at
The Diamond?
Yeah. So that was outside. So I need to find like an indoor one.
Yeah, it's getting a little cold.
Yes. And it's just so hard with the holidays. I feel like I'm like busy every single weekend.
Oh my God.
Especially like my family doesn't live here. So like I have to travel all next week to go see them. And then that's pretty much Christmas.
Yeah.
So then I'll be home for that. And then it's New Year's. And it's like, there's just a lot. There's a lot going on.
You can't do it all.
Right.
You can't.
There's a lot going on. So maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I need to find somewhere.
Yeah.
But I do like doing them.
It's so nice. That's like a fun little switch up too.
Yeah.
Especially just being like an online boutique.
And like people like to feel things. Like they like to
sure.
look at them, like throw it over your clothes if you want to. Like I don't care. Like try it on, whatever you want to do. And I feel like I got a lot more sales from that because they could see like the quality.
Yeah, you're a little bit more convinced.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think it's like when it's in front of you, it's easier to just grab.
Oh my God, grab it, take my card, go. Like when it's in your card, it's like, all right, I can think about it for a second. So that was fun. But I don't know. I'd like to do it again.
Yeah. Love that.
We'll see.
I'm so excited for your next drop.
I know.
When are you going to tease the items?
I think on Monday.
Okay, yay.
Because I want to kind of like get through this one a little bit. Because I feel like sometimes if I tease too early, like these ones like kind of like go
people
in
forget
trash.
that there's still more.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to start on Monday. And then I'm putting out like gift guides throughout the week until Black Friday with the new arrivals in them. So I gotta get on my advertising. Yeah, because it's like,
you don't have to just buy these for you. Like, these are really good gifts for, like, your friends, your mom, like,
sisters, whatever. Yeah. So,
twin sisters.
Twin sister, sister-in-laws. Molly, if you're watching this.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having
this
me.
was so fun.
I know.
This is way better in person.
It is way better. This is like
a pop-up shop.
I should have brought my rack.
Here it is.
Here's your personalized closet.
Oh, this was so fun. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I love this place. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. It was so great.
I'm like, let's do this every week.
Okay, perfect. Thank you everyone for listening. Bye.